Hello everyone. Last time we have completed the integrated rate law for the first order reaction and its half-life. Today we are going to start with the graphical representation of the first order reaction. So to begin with the graphical representation, first we have to write down the differential rate law for the reaction A going to P, where A is the reactant and P is the product. Okay, so it is given by rate is equal to minus D concentration of A upon dt is equal to K into molar concentration of A. Okay, now there I have written it is plus 0. What does that mean? That is not having any intercept. So this equation is in the form of y is equal to mx, where mx plus c, where c is nothing but equal to 0. So that is simply y is equal to mx. That means this will pass through the origin. So if I plot a graph of rate versus concentration, then I'll get a straight line passing through the origin. And what will be the slope over here? M refers to the slope. That means K is nothing but the slope of the equation. So now we'll just see how the graph will look like. So over here, as you can see, when I plot a graph of rate versus concentration, the graph will pass through the origin and the slope is nothing but equal to K. Okay, so now we'll do the next type, that is from the integrated rate law. So the integrated rate law is given by K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 concentration of A, that is initial concentration, upon the final concentration, which is given as initial concentration is given as molar concentration of A naught and final concentration is given as molar concentration of A T. Okay, so when I rearrange the above equation, I will get K T upon 2.303 is equal to log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught minus log to the base 10 molar concentration of A T. As you know that log A upon B can be written as log A minus log B. Okay, so I'll get log to the base 10 concentration of AT is equal to minus K upon 2.303 T plus log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught. So if I just see this equation, you can say that this equation is in the form of y is equal to mx plus c, where y is equal to log to the base 10 molar concentration of AT and m is equal to minus k upon 2.303, x is t and intercept is log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught. So what will be the slope over here? Slope is nothing but which is equal to m, that is nothing but minus k upon 2.303. So as you can see that it's a negative slope, the graph will be having an intercept but the line will go downwards. So now let's see the graph. So we have plotted a graph of log AT versus time. Over here, as you can see that we have taken log to the base 10 molar concentration of AT in the y-axis, time in the x-axis. So as you know, the intercept was what? Log to the base 10 concentration, that is the initial concentration, that is A naught. So that is my intercept and the slope is equal to minus k upon 2.303. As it was negative, the line which you can see is the downward one. Okay, so hopefully you are able to draw such kind of graph. It is very simple. You just have to see whether it is having an intercept. If it is not having an intercept, it will pass through the origin. If it is having a intercept, it will have some y intercept as such, and if it is having a negative slope, then the line will be downward one. If it is having a positive slope, it will be the upward, the line will go upward. This is all thing which you have to keep in mind while drawing a graph. Okay, next the integrated rate law is given by K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught upon molar concentration of AT. When this equation is rearranged, I will get the equation log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught upon molar concentration of AT, that is equal to K upon 2.303 T. Over here, this equation is in the form of y equal to mx. So, if you just think, this is not having the intercept. Therefore, this will pass through the origin. And what is the slope over here? Slope is nothing but equal to m. That is equal to k upon 2.303. Okay. So, it is very simple. Slope, normally we just find out it is nothing but what? y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1. So, that will be equal to k upon 2.303. So, just remember this. Okay. So, I can say that this equation which is in the form of y equal to mx will pass through the origin and it will be a straight line graph. Okay. So, let's see the graph of this equation. So, this is a graph showing log A naught upon AT versus time. So, over here log molar concentration of A naught upon molar concentration of AT is taken in the y axis, time is taken in the x axis, and when I plot a graph, this line pass through the origin. And what is the slope over here? Slope is equal to k upon 2.303. As it is a positive slope, the line is going upwards. Okay. So hopefully this thing is cleared. The graph part is done. So now we will see the examples of first order reaction. So first one is the decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. Over here you can see the reaction. It is 2H2O2 going to 2H2O plus O2. Over here the rate is given by, rate is equal to K molar concentration of H2O2 raised to 1. Therefore it is referred to as what? The first order reaction. Next one, similar to the first one, it is the decomposition of N2OF. Over here the reaction is 2N2OF gives 4NO2 plus O2. So the rate for this reaction is given by, rate is equal to K molar concentration of N2OF raised to 1. So both these are examples of first order reaction. Okay. Next we'll see the integrated rate law for gas phase reactions. First we'll understand what is gas phase reaction, where the reaction occurs or the reactants are in gaseous nature as well as the product are in gaseous nature. So for the gas phase reaction we have considered A going to B plus C, where all the reactant as well as the product are gaseous in nature. So when it is gaseous nature, we are talking about the pressure then. Okay. So let initial pressure of A be Pi that decreases by x within time t. Okay. So the pressure of reactant A at time T will be equal to what? Pa, that is equal to Pi minus x. That means initially what was the pressure minus how much pressure has been decreased. So Pa is equal to Pi minus x. So the pressures of products B and C at time T are Pb and Pc will be having the same pressure. So that is equal to x. So now we have to find out what's the value of x. For that we are going to take the total pressure at time t. So what is total pressure? That is P, that is equal to Pa plus Pb plus Pc. So what is Pa equal to? Pa is nothing but equal to Pi minus x. Pb and Pc are x. Okay. So it will be Pi minus x plus x plus x. So after solving this thing, I'll get it as what? Pi plus x. So what will be x then? X is equal to P minus Pi. So this value of x will be substituted in the expression Pa. So pressure of A at time t is obtained by substitution of equation 6.12 into equation 6.11. That is, we are going to substitute in the equation PA is equal to PI minus X. So instead of X, I am going to write down P minus PI. So after rearranging, I'll get it as what? PA is equal to 2PI minus P. So the integrated rate law turns out to be, so first we are going to write down what is the integrated rate law, that is K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 molar concentration of A naught upon molar concentration of AT, that is the initial concentration upon the final concentration. So the concentration now expressed in terms of pressures. So that is what we have to make the change in the integrated rate law of the first order reaction. Okay, that means instead of concentration, I will be writing in terms of pressure. Okay, so I know that molar concentration of A naught is equal to Pi, and the final concentration will which is nothing but equal to 2 Pi minus P. What is that? It is nothing but equal to 2 Pi minus P. So on substitution, I will get K is equal to 2.303 upon T log to the base 10 Pi upon 2 Pi minus P. So P is the total pressure of the reaction mixture at time T, and Pi is nothing but the initial pressure. So hopefully you got the integrated rate law in terms of pressure. So this is nothing but the integrated rate law for gas phase reaction. Okay, next we'll start with zero order reaction. Over here, the rate of zero order reaction is said to be independent of the reactant concentration. So basically, if the order is equal to 0, then we call it a zero order reaction. Next, we'll see the integrated rate law for the zero order reaction. So the zero order reaction, we'll first consider that is A going to P, where A is the reactant and P is the product. The differential rate law for the reaction will be given by rate is equal to minus D molar concentration of A upon dt, that is equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to 0. Now A raised to 0 is nothing but equal to 1. Therefore, it is simply K into 1, that is K. Okay, so on rearranging the equation number 6.14, I will get D molar concentration of A is equal to minus K dt. Okay, so now we will integrate the equation within the limit. So integration between the limits, molar concentration of A will be equal to molar concentration of A naught at T equal to 0, and molar concentration of A will be equal to molar concentration of AT at T equal to T. So when I integrate within this limit, I will get integration of D molar concentration of A within the limits, that is initial concentration to the final concentration, that is A naught to AT, that is equal to minus K integration of dt within the limit 0 to T, and we have taken minus K outside as it is constant. Okay, so after this, what I'll do, dA, that will be nothing but equal to molar concentration of A within the limits initial to final. Therefore, when I just solve that thing, it will be what? I have to write down the final concentration minus initial concentration. So it will be molar concentration of AT minus molar concentration of A naught, that is equal to minus KT. So the final equation for a zero order reaction will be equal to KT is equal to initial concentration minus final concentration, or I can also write it as K is equal to initial concentration minus final concentration upon T. Okay. So next we'll see the units of rate constant for a zero order reaction. So the equation for zero order reaction is given by K is equal to initial concentration minus final concentration upon T. So simply we can say that if I want to find out the unit, it is nothing but concentration upon T, that is concentration time inverse. So what is the unit of concentration? Concentration is nothing but mole per liter or mole per dm cube. So I can write it as mole liter inverse T inverse, where T can be second or minute or hour. Okay, so this is the unit for zero order reaction. So simply the units of rate constant of zero order reaction are the same as the rate for that. Okay, so simply understand, zero order reaction means concentration upon time. So you just have to write down the unit for concentration and time as it is in denominator. When it will come up, it will become inverse. Okay, so now we'll just stop over here. Next time we'll start with the half life of zero order reaction. Okay, then bye.